This is DRF Race of the Day. Hi, everybody. Dan Illman and Mike Beer, the DRF Race of the Day for Thursday, December the 16th, race number 7 at Aqueduct. Let's throw up the field for this now winners of one other than optional claimer for 2-year-olds going 7/8 of a mile. You can download free formulator past performances on the Race of the Day event page at DRF.com. Access them, handicap along with us, and play this card with your DRF Bets account. Mike, 2 to 5 on the coupled entry of the One Life is Great, the 1A Haggler, both coming off impressive maiden wins with very competitive buyers.
Yeah, I mean, they're not that easy to separate, I guess, Dan. They both ran really well last time, breaking their respective maidens. They're the two fastest horses in the race on figures, and it's, by several lengths, too. It's not a slim margin. They're just supposed to be pretty tough to beat in here.
We'll talk about this field in post position order, beginning with the number 2 breaking from the rail. That is Sterling Hill, who added blinkers 2 starts back, and that helped him get to the winner's circle in his 3rd lifetime start. 4th over a sloppy track last time out against fellow New York breds, but the buyer really moved forward.
Yeah, I liked his win 2 starts back. That was first time with New York breds cutting back a little bit in distance. I thought he ran really well that day, and he did, sort of show improved speed with the blinkers on. First of all, that Sleepy Hollow last time, Dan, that was a pretty tough field. It feels like it's certainly the first 2 finishers in there are both really good New York breds. And I just don't think this horse had any real chance at all. They rated him for some reason after he ran so well in his prior start. They just rated him back to last behind what was a pretty slow pace last time. I don't think he ran as poorly as it may look on paper, getting beat more than 7 lengths.
Bold Leader is the number 3, in from Laurel for trainer Michael Trombetta. This is a half-brother of Lebda, who's a solid multiple stakes winner on the Mid-Atlantic circuit. And let's go back to his most recent start, going 2 turns at Laurel. I thought he ran very well in this race. He was wide around both turns. You're going to see eventually he's going to grind down these 2 horses immediately to his inside, and then his uncoupled stablemate, Mr. Jefferson, got the run on the inside, saved a lot more ground than Bold Leader, and got it done. 2,000 win for Michael Trombetta in this race. He ran 1-2.
Yeah, I thought this horse ran okay in here. Even though he was on the outside and his stablemate there just got a perfect trip, saving all the ground. I don't know. When I watched that race, Dan, there was never a point where I thought Bold Leader was going to win. I don't want to knock him too hard. He ran fine in that race. Mr. Jefferson did come back. I think he ran 4th in the Remsen a couple of weeks ago. He's not a bad horse at all. I don't know. I think this horse is okay. I also think he has to improve a lot to win this.
Florida Gator is another horse that has to improve from a buyer's standpoint. 3 starts, he's hit the board all 3 times. His win came in one of those maiden auction races at Belmont on October the 21st. They shipped him down to Churchill Downs. He was 2nd in a starter allowance. I just didn't love the field he was in against last time out.
Yeah, I don't know. I think this horse has probably taken a pretty significant step up in class here. I guess the one positive for me anyway with this horse is I actually think he's run well in all 3 of his starts. I don't know if he's going to handle the tougher competition here, but I liked his win 2 back. There was a good pace for him to close out there, but I like the run that he put in to close it down. I don't know. I thought he ran fine last time. Maybe it wasn't a great field. I thought he ran okay, and he's a horse who actually gets out of the gate really well, so I don't think they have to take him as far off the pace as they've been taking him.
The first half of this favored coupled entry, Life is Great, goes out for trainer Bob Clisaris. He's a half-brother to the good sprinter Sadie Lady, a multiple stakes winner. Now, I know it took him 5 times to graduate, but he was in against some tough horses in his first 4 races. You've got graded winners like High Oak and Slipstream and Mo Donegal. You didn't have to deal with those horses last time out. And let's watch what happened when they cut him back to 7/8 of a mile. He was dismissed. At 15 to 1, he was able to make the lead turning into the stretch. He wins as easy as pie with an 81 buyer. I'd urge everyone with their formulator past performances, click on the short comment, watch the head-on replay. He took a left turn coming out of the gate, and I guess it helps when you cause a train reaction that knocks a couple others out of there.
Yeah, it probably does help. He also wins very easily, though. It's certainly an improved performance for this horse. And listen, save the wet track race at Saratoga that was off the turf. He's improved with every start so far, and he obviously took a big step forward last time. Dan, it's one of those races. When I watch races like that one right there, I don't think there's a harder race for me to evaluate anywhere that they run him, because he just all of a sudden he's right up there with other horses on the lead, and then suddenly he's got 5 at the top of the stretch. And I don't know if it's because he had this big burst of speed or because the other horses that were up front stopped. I sort of feel like it's the latter, but this horse did run really well last time.
Southern Runner is the number 5. Now he's coming in from Parks off a wet track maiden win. Let's watch this effort. This is a son of Speitster. There's some class on the bottom of this family, and he got up close to the pace in this race, Mike. But for a brief instant here, while he's struggling on his left lead, it looks like he's in trouble. He still has some work to do with about a 16th of a mile to go, and eventually he's going to grind this horse down real late in the game.
Yeah, he's going to finally get there. To his credit, he keeps trying right to the end, and he does get the job done. Listen, I guess he's improved a little bit with blinkers on in his last 2 starts. He's got to improve again. He's got to improve a lot.
Doing it the right way, the number 6 is a New York bred, perhaps in name only. He's kin to 3 open black type winners by Super Saver, and he's won his last 2 races, including this stakes race at Finger Lakes against fellow New York breds. He caught a sloppy track for the 4th consecutive race, and you see turning into the stretch again. He has work to do. There are favorites in front of him. But this is a horse, he changed leads nicely, and you always got the feeling that once he got into a stride, he was going to run these horses down. And not only does he run them down, he's getting away late.
Yeah, I like this performance from him. It is 2 wins in a row. When you watch his race 2 back where they stretched him out, and he managed to stay closer to the pace, man, he didn't really look like he wanted to go that far that day. He was real tired in the stretch, but there was just really nobody coming behind him. I thought he ran a lot better last time. You know, obviously just going off the figures, he's going to have to improve again, but I don't think it's impossible that he could do that here. And he's going to just sit off the pace here, it feels like that, and make 1 run.
Haggler is the second half of the entry. His debut, I thought, was good at Belmont way back in May. He was an early 2-year-old. DRF's Dave Grenning reported he had a little bit of a shin issue after that race that necessitated the layoff. He came back as good as gold. Let's watch this effort on October the 29th. He showed good speed to sit just off the leaders when he was produced by Vargas turning into the stretch. He makes the lead, and he's on his way. And he's supposed to be a nice horse. He's a full brother to Sky of Hook, who is a pretty good New York bred.
Yeah, stakes winner, Sky of Hook, New York bred. Yeah, this horse, I thought he ran well in here too. It's mostly first-time starters behind him, Dan. I guess that, you know, sort of opens this race up to question a little bit. I just like the speed that he showed. I thought he won. He always looked like he was going to win to me, and I thought he won easily at the end. The horses that ran, I want to say 2nd and 3rd, or maybe 3rd and 4th in there, they both came back and got absolutely smashed in their next race by the other half of this entry. Life is Great. I don't know. I thought this horse ran really well last time. I kind of preferred him. I like both halves of the entry. I kind of prefer Haggler.
We take a look at our top picks. Haggler might be the speed of the speed, and I would expect him to be on a sort of a send mission to get aggressive and get early position. He was so impressive. Life is Great really improved. He's a big, good-looking horse, and I wonder if it just took him a little bit of time to find his mojo. But the coupled entry, unfortunately, at a short price, they look to be the ones to beat in Thursday's race of the day, the 7th at Aqueduct.